Andy, as was somebody else on this internet. And I think it's laughable because I'm allowed to share what this woman has done to me and what she has done to other people, and it not be a reflection on this organization. I'm sorry if you feel it is a reflection on this organization. However, that's on you because you allow somebody to sit at the table that is currently bullying and hatefully going at a woman over her infertility. You are letting a woman sit at the table who has quite literally called CPS more than 10 times on several people on this internet, not because she was cared or concerned about their children, but because she wanted to hurt them. She wanted to ruin their lives. She called the job of Cherie, like, it's not illegal to have an opinion. But oh my God, I don't want their lawyer to come at me. It's hilarious, though, because I actually have a lawyer in Maryland because I've been fighting this case with the psycho. Yeah, she called 6 times on Cherie. She's called once on me. She tried to, I'm pretty sure she had said at one point, Jillian, she tried to call on you, but then she was like, I don't think, well, she doesn't have any kids. And I was like, so what are you doing? Like, what? I literally was just going through our text messages actually and screen recording a lot of them because you can see in a lot of these messages, I'm responding once or twice, and then there's 20 messages in between it because it was her every day, morning, afternoon, and night, constantly surveilling these people who she's claiming are bullying and attacking her, constantly going at them, looking up their addresses, looking up Kristen's organization, all these things. So she can do that to the Monty movement, and let's be clear, I'm not standing up for that. And that's okay. But because I'm calling her out on her bullying, you're going to send me a cease and desist because she happens to sit on your panel with her mic off? Go fuck yourself. Seriously, go fuck yourself. I think it's ridiculous that somebody like this, yeah, she wishes she could call CPS on you. I think it's ridiculous. There's been so many people that have spoken out against Bree. And I'm talking about Brianna Mack here. Let's be clear. I loved this girl. I really, really did. I loved this person. I unfortunately never really was loved back. For the last 3 months of our relationship prior to Kristen and I splitting up and going separate ways, I begged Bree to stop looking at this stuff on a daily basis. When I tell you guys I was going to work and I would get on my break and I would have, 15 to 20 different text messages to respond to. She's video recording people's lives. She's looking at Alicia's account, Desiree's account, Pam's account, Joy's account, Jillian's account, Cherie's account. She's looking at the Baking Mom's account. I mean, she literally, this is what she does all day. She sits and she stalks. And she makes sure that she has tabs on everybody. She screenshots their comment section and anybody that they're talking to so that she can go investigate them. It is beyond wild. Now, let me be clear. The person that sent me the C&D yesterday has never once asked for proof. Not once. No one's ever. Matter of fact, I was on the phone with her for almost 2 hours a few weeks ago, and she confirmed for me that the things that Bree told her that they were doing together, she's never done. She's never been on the phone with Bree trying to have police reports filled out and FBI reports and trying to get Cherie and AJ's and Jillian's page shut down. She's never done any of that. But Bree would tell you that she has. This woman uses her own daughter's profile, you guys, to go sneak and look at people's accounts. The real reason her daughter went to the hospital, here's some tea, you guys are going to love this, had nothing to do with women reaching out to her children and attacking her. So Bree was using her daughter's account, you guys, to log in and see what these women were saying about her and me. She was going in there. She was looking them up via her daughter's account. And so when her daughter went and got on and logged on, she saw all these things and was like, what is going on? Mom, why are you using my account? Also, why are there 18 other lurkers that I can sign into right here? What is going on? And she started saying, oh, well, these people are stalking me. They're surveilling me. So I have to do it back for my case. First of all, no law enforcement agency is going to tell you to go make up lurkers and start looking at these people and screenshotting it. Pretty sure that the Miss Colleen didn't tell her to do that either. but she states that she did. Her daughter called her out. Her and her daughter got into a fight that night. She tried to ground her daughter, take her phone away, all those things. That's why her daughter had a panic attack. Not because she was upset at the things that was being said about her mom online, but because she was pissed that her mom was using her account and several others to go look up these women's information. That's what happened. I spoke to the kid the day after the hospital. She wasn't angry at the women speaking about her mom. She's angry because her mom sits at a computer all day, doesn't move, doesn't get up, doesn't leave the house, judges everybody, cries victim, and is like, I'm being stalked, I'm being harassed. But she literally caught her surveilling these women. That's just the truth. It's like, yep, there's always going to be a fake account in here. Yeah, mom brags about losing 5 pounds. I never reached out to Bree's sister to try and get dirt on her. I genuinely wanted to know why somebody that claimed to love me would call CPS on me. That's it. And through talking with her, I've really gotten to understand that there's nothing else that Bree has in life other than this internet. Her marriage is not good. Her children are gone all day. She doesn't drive. She doesn't leave the house. She's gained almost 200 pounds. About 100 plus something. I don't know. And I'm not going at her because I'm a bigger woman too. But my whole point is you're depressed. You're sitting in a home all day, stalking and surveilling people, but crying like it is you that is the one that is being victimized here. And it's not okay. Good morning, beautiful. I'm a candle addict. Y'all know that. Thank you so much for following me. I'm so sorry. I've been going through, over the last year, a lot of drama. I've been stalked a lot, lied on a lot. And just recently, somebody that was a friend of mine called CPS on me. She's also called other women's jobs. She'll call her own sister her afterbirth, which is honestly disgusting and gross. And so I'm just talking about it because yesterday I was served a cease and desist by this organization whom I have never mentioned when it comes to Bree. Bree sits on their panel. This organization is an organization that is about no bullying and no harassment. About electronic harassment, phone harassment. Block means stop, yada, yada, yada. My issue is, how the hell are you going to have somebody on your panel like Bree who quite literally is making lurker accounts to go in and surveil the same people she is claiming that are harassing her? She's a stalker. She's also logging into her child's account so that she can see these things, her 14-year-old little girl. And now her daughter is being subjected to seeing these things. She has called jobs, DSHS. She literally has stalked these people down. When she found out that Kristen had a restraining order with the Jamila Hightower, she went and looked up that girl's everything, all her information, her address, her phone number, her charges, everything. Just like she has done with everybody else in this situation. So my question to you, since you're probably watching this, Miss C, why is it okay that this woman is doing this? And I can show you proof of this. I did. I have sent proof. You never asked for it. You've never looked at it. You've never wanted to see it. You just want to keep her up there on your panel. That's fine. Let her go ahead and ruin that for you. Most recently, there was a fake page made of Colleen. And if you guys look at the management under it, it's the same management that Bree has. Bree made that account. I guarantee it. Because Bree wants Colleen to believe that people are making accounts of her. Does this sound familiar? That sounds familiar, doesn't it? Bree made a Letitia Reddy account pretending to be a African-American woman who was married to some Indian guy. Fake accounts is what she does. This is what you do when you have nothing left in your life. So I just wanted to get on here and say, as far as your little C and D is concerned, you can shove it. I'm not doing anything illegal. I have a lawyer there in Maryland. I spoke with him last night, and I actually called him this morning as well. And I let him know, I was like, hey, I got this C&D. And he's like, first of all, send it to me. Second of all, if you aren't bashing this organization, if you aren't slandering this organization, if you're not attacking this organization, there's basically not a leg for them to stand on. And I'm not. I've never, ever attacked, exactly, Jillian, I've never attacked this organization, and I never would, because I honestly respect many of the women on there. I really do like all of the women up on that panel, except for one. The woman that has called CPS, Women's Jobs. You guys, she called Cherie's job 6 times. She was on the phone with Ready to Be Petty. They planned this. They wanted to get her fired. They didn't only want to get her fired, though. They wanted to call DSHS and get her government benefits shut off. They wanted her police department to go do a welfare check, hoping that they would arrest her. They pulled up videos of a man that they wanted to portray to be her baby daddy, but wasn't actually her baby daddy. Yes, sharing our opinion that is based off of the bullying that this woman has done to us is not illegal. You can't sue somebody for that. You can't have me charged for that. And the way I left, truthfully, Colleen, I respect you so much. I really, really do. I think that you are blinded by this, but I think somewhere in your heart, you know this is true, because again, when we spoke on the phone, you made it very clear that you were worried about Bree, that she very clearly can't help herself from going and looking at and seeing these things, and then it taking over and, you know, all of her entire day, because she doesn't care. Yeah. She doesn't care that Bree made me depressed. Yep. She doesn't care. She never blocked me till yesterday, but claims I was harassing her. Yeah. Which is funny because Bree harassed you down. She watched every video, every post. If you were in the comment section on someone else's post, she was watching. I guarantee you she screenshotted it and sent it to me. So I've been going over everything. And honestly, it's kind of sad how many times Bree would message me in a day and how many times I would actually respond back, because you can really see looking at our messages that I was getting sick of it. I was begging her like, oh yeah, she wants you bad, Jillian. Well, I mean, no one else touches her. So, I mean, her husband is like 500 pounds. And I'm a heavier girl, but she's not far from that either. And it just makes you wonder, like, you know, you have better things to do with your life. Go take a walk. Go spend some time with your children. Go take them to the movies. Like, get off of the computer. Let's just start there. I've never in my life been that depressed. I mean, I've been bigger. I've been, you know, yeah, that is heavier than heavy. Exactly. And I'm not trying to come at her weight. I know she's trying, but she's not a vegan. She's not pagan. Everything that comes out of her mouth is a lie. And I'm just so sorry that I didn't see it till now, honestly. And to her poor sister, I just want to say, like, her sister is so kind. And honestly, I really have been adoring who she is as a person and getting to know her. And the same about Jillian. Like, I never in a million years thought I would adore you women. And I really, really do. And so I just want to say thank you, because you guys are amazing. I'm so sorry that you have to watch your sister do this to herself and do this to other people. I'm so sorry that you yourself have had to go through so many things with her. And I'm just genuinely, I'm heartbroken, because I know what it's like to have family who you love and you can't be in their life because they're so toxic. And it just sucks. I know you love your niece and I know you love your nephew. And I really hope and pray that someday Brie gets the help that she needs. She also, I was just going through our messages too, and she said something about your guys' mom being in a cult. And I was like, what? No, that don't sound right. Because to me, I think your mom was a good person. And it sounds to me like when she was going through her health struggles that, you know, Bree used her basically until she couldn't babysit anymore. And then once she needed her, basically took off. Yeah, she's told me, I actually was going through it. I'll send you the screenshots here in a little bit when I'm done. That your mother was in a cult. So she was obsessed with cults because your mom was in a cult. I think she confused her Christian faith with being in a cult. And that's what I think is nuts. She literally will get on and trash her own mother. I love my mother. I could never do that. And me and my mom have not always had the best relationship. But I could never do that to my mother. I was genuinely just wanting to know why CPS was called on me. When I called Colleen, matter of fact, I told her, I said, I'm afraid something like her calling CPS on me or, something like that's going to happen. And Colleen was like, you know what? And it might happen. She also promised me that if Bree did that, she would no longer be sitting on that panel. But she's still there, guys. Mic off, no camera on, just because she needs to feel important. If you have a organization that is about non-harassment and bullying, especially online or on this app, but you have an active, willing participant that is doing those things, not every once in a while, not once a week. She gets up morning, noon, and night to do this stuff. She's screenshotting it. She's archiving it all because she wants to be a victim. It's crazy. I honestly think she's just pissed off that Kirstie didn't say anything about her in her video. And I didn't ask Kirstie, I don't talk to Kirstie like that. But Bree needs to be noticed. She wants to be talked about. Negative attention is attention, you guys. And after getting to talk to her sister, I really start to understand. What video? Hold on, I forgot what I was saying. Hold on, what are you asking, sweetie? I'm not understanding. Hi, Rigger Snort. Oh, yeah, the Kirstie video that she made about the Timu Mama June. I think I was in that video for a whole 10 seconds. And I think she's just irritated that she wasn't mentioned at all, which sounds like Bree. With the overwhelming evidence that she has called CPS, right? DSHS, she's called a woman's job. That alone should have been enough for these people to kick her off their panel. I know she's claimed that other people are harassing the members of this panel on her behalf. Not true, never happened. Claiming that, FBI reports and this woman is helping her get AJ and Cherie and Jillian's page shut down. And, it's just, but you were okay with Ready to Be Petty and Breezy doing all that shit. No, I was never okay with it, matter of fact. That's why I never participated in it, thank you very much. Ever. I never called anybody's job. I sure as shit never called DSHS. I called CPS on one person in my life because I saw them doing rugs in front of their children. So miss me with that. Because I never once ever partook in them calling CPS. Matter of fact, I didn't know about it until after she had sent that information to Kristen, by the way. I didn't know that she had called CPS with Ready to Be Petty. I had no idea that she had tried to track down Cherie's job and call the welfare office. I had no clue until Bree sent me the screenshots after she sent them to Kristen. That's the truth. I had no idea she called them. Oh, look at your little lurker account. I see you, Bree. I see you, boo. Oh, or is this Ready to Be Petty with her blue hair? No one cares. I'm blue, da-ba-dee-da-ba-da, da-ba-dee-da-ba-da. I'm sorry, that song just reminds me of the Pathetic Petty. But, Bree, I loved her. I really did. Unfortunately, Bree already tried dogging me out to Ready to Be Petty just because I was talking to Kristen. And then the woman turned around and called CPS on me. So that's just the truth. But as you can see, that's probably Bree right there. Father time watching me. But she doesn't make fake accounts, you guys. No, she does not. Did she just log into her sons or her daughters? No, she had to make an entire new one. Because if she comes from a little kid's account now, that's going to look really sus, isn't it? I love this for you, Bree. You were also walked through, so there is a way you can prove, I guess, that, your phone number has never called, child services on somebody. I had a friend walk her through this on how to do it. She quite literally never, ever, ever once tried to actually get the paperwork to prove it because you called CPS on me. You also called CPS on Cherie. You wanted to call CPS on Jillian, but you couldn't. She lied about her sister and AJ, she never shuts up, working together. Your sister lives in an entire other state, ding dong. How is that possible? Anyways, I just needed to get on here and laugh at that cease and desist because, like I said, I have the most respect for all of the women. Jersey, Colleen, like all of the women that are on that account or that organization. I genuinely do. I support what they are doing. But unfortunately, the person that they've got up there, who they've got their banner behind, who is making fake accounts probably of Colleen, to make Colleen think that somebody over here is doing it. Remember, wasn't there, ding dong, wasn't there a bunch of people in this woman's DM harassing her over Bree? That's what Bree said. But she said that there wasn't, that never happened. So you already know that this woman is a liar. You already know that this woman is mentally unstable. Well, let's give her a seat at your table because she hasn't burned every other one down, right? She hasn't taken advantage of and burned every other relationship. The way she would tell it is her sister is an evil person who took advantage of their mother and hates her and is jealous of her life and her husband and her marriage and her kids. First of all, let me just say this with everything in me, not trying to be rude. Your sister's life is 100 times better than yours. She has absolutely nothing to be jealous of, especially your marriage, especially the fact that your husband sleeps on the couch. Like, I'm sorry, Bree, but you clearly need some affection or some emotional connection somewhere. And you sought that out with me and about 15 other people on this internet. And you've been in other inboxes as of recently. Oh my God, I can't believe she'd do this to me. I didn't do anything to you. I've never called the authorities on you. I've never called CPS to your home. I've never looked up your information, your job. I've never called your welfare office trying to get you taken off of benefits. But that's what you do, sweetheart. And now she wants to come on and claim that people have reached out to her sister in a means to attack and harass her. And her sister's on the live right now and can tell you that that is not the case. She'll tell y'all, like, no, I wasn't reached out to by these people. And she didn't. See? There she is. There's Bree's sister. No. You know what's sad about this is Bree's sister has told me over and over again how much she loves her sister. How much she loves her niece and nephew. She's even had really great things to say about Bree's husband and like past tense. You can really kind of hear the concern and love for her. But unfortunately, Bree just, nope, that's my afterbirth. She hates me because she's jealous of me. Jealous of what? The 2-bedroom apartment that where your kids still don't have their own room? The marriage with the man that doesn't speak to you, doesn't touch you, and begged you not to have your kids? Because this is what you posted on Facebook, Bree. You posted that your husband treated you like crap because you didn't want he didn't want your kids, but you did. Oh, I was just talking about the fact, good morning, Rigger Snort, that Bree was saying how, her sister was so jealous of her life and yada, yada, yada. I mean, she literally has nothing to be jealous of. She's talked about, oh, well, she's jealous because I have 2 children. First of all, Bree's sister has 2 beautiful stepchildren who she has raised, who are mentally healthy and sound, and probably aren't going to grow up learning how to stalk people, dox them, and look up their entire information and try and ruin their lives via CPS or their children. So, yeah, I think father time is breezy. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And I just want to say, too, like, from the bottom of my heart, y'all, I never thought I'd talk to Jillian. I never thought I'd talk to Bree's sister. But I begged Bree for the last 3 months, and I have messages to prove that, actually. I can show you. I can let you listen to the voice clips of me begging her. Me telling her, listen, you're having to take extra medication. I cannot wake up in the morning without having texts from you about this. And it's not 1 or 2 texts. It's like 6 different voice clips followed by 50 screenshots, followed by I'm freaking out right now and I just can't do this anymore. They want me to be the next Rizzy. Yep, she tried to do that one too. She tried to say that they wanted her to be just like Rizzy. She's literally tried to victimize herself in any way that she can while doing the most things. Yeah. Amber is doing, 100 times exactly better. 100 times better. But yeah, I asked Brie for months to stop. I begged her, like, listen, I can get on and make a few videos a day coming at a bitch. God knows I love to do that. I love to speak my opinion. But then I can leave it alone. I can walk away from it. I can go on about my day. Brie's entire day is at the computer. You guys, she works from home. She sits at her computer desk all day going under lurker accounts. She can work and still be snooping. And it's honestly terrifying. She defended me up until the moment I begged her to stop talking about this. And when I held firm to my boundary, then I was toxic. Then I was a POS. Then I was, I'm worried she's going to relapse. I'm worried. I've been 17 years clean, Brie. You couldn't even, you couldn't. You can't even get out of your chair for 17 minutes, if we're being honest. Like, come on now. This sucks because I genuinely really cared about the women that were on this panel with her. I really honestly believed in my heart that they wanted to prevent bullying and harassment, and that block means no, block means stop. But unfortunately, they have someone, again, up on their panel who is doing these things, actively doing these things, while crying victim with real tears in her eyes and everything. Yeah, she thinks she holds so much, couldn't make someone relapse if she wanted to. Exactly, because it's not worth it. Like, really looking through all this and seeing that you guys know she also made a page of to pretend to be an African-American woman, right? The page was Letitia Ritty, and she had a fake Indian husband. She even posted that she was taking her children to the park, like she was taking them to the water slide. She literally tried to make this account seem like it was real. She's that fucking delusional. And the group thinks they're ambassadors of TikTok. Yeah, they're not. They're ambassadors of their own organization. And I love and appreciate what that organization is trying to do. But unfortunately, when you have somebody on that organization who is actively doing things to hurt that organization, and she is, I guarantee you she made that fake account of Colleen. I guarantee it. Because she needed to do something to get Colleen to be like, oh, this is Jenna. Look, this is Jenna. It's just, it's sad because I really believe at the end of the day that most of my troubles and drama, and she's not responsible for all of it, right? Obviously, I did my own shit, talked my own shit, but like really Brie was behind the scenes a lot. Yeah, and now Brie is talking about the young child that herself. But she doesn't bully people all day, you guys. No, she doesn't. She's not a bully. She's just 400 pounds, hasn't gotten off the computer for a month. And I'm not trying to be mean. Like, I'm seriously worried about her. As a friend, I was worried about her. She, morning, afternoon, and night, is on that damn computer. She is on that computer more than Kristen Swanson is on that computer. And that's the truth. Which is why Kristen wanted to talk to her so much, because she knew Brie was digging into all this stuff. She was mean. Yeah, be mean. Yeah, she tried to get your page shut down. She reported you for all sorts of stuff, Jillian. And she had me convinced too for a while. And again, I'm so sorry about that, because when a mutual friend of ours reached out and was like, hey, I think you should talk to her. She's really nice. I was a little hesitant at first, but then I was like, you know what? Screw it. Like, and you ended up being you're one of my favorite people on here because you're honest. You're blunt, you're to the point, and you don't do any of that catty shit. You don't play those games. But Brie is on that panel for attention. She's up there so she can just have her, profile be seen. Because even with her mic off and her face not being on there, that is still more attention than she's getting at home. That is still more attention than she's ever had in her life. Exactly. Everybody has a fake profile, but I don't make one of other people. I have a fake profile. And it's about bullying and surviving a certain somebody on this app. It has nothing to do with me bullying them. But yes, I'm going to speak out when there is an anti-bullying organization, anti-harassment organization that is purposely not looking at the harassment, the bullying, and the heinous things that one of their members has done and is continuing to allow it and is now even threatening legal action over it. Good luck with that, because when you hear the messages of her admitting to calling and doing all these things, because you guys forget, after she shared this stuff with Kristen, I got to talk to her about it. Like, why did you call? Well, it wasn't me. It was ready to be petty. I just gave her the information. So you basically called. Well, I didn't call CPS, but I did call her job at Jimmy John's. I did. And I spoke to the manager, and he said, like, it's fucking insane. Exactly. And she knows that. She knows that. She's no true crime anything. She's a true, honestly, disappointment. Like, she's just a disappointment. Bree is jealous of everybody. She has, unfortunately, a huge following. It's like 11,000 people. And she does nothing with it but play a victim. If people really knew who she was, when I tell you I was going through our messages, and I can actively show how she was stalking AJ down, stalking Cherie down, stalking you down, Jillian, because every single day when I tell you I woke up to every video you made, or every video that, Cherie made, or every video that AJ made, because she, and it wasn't just the video, she was screenshotting every single comment, circling it, and sending it to me like a fucking psychopath. Like I cared to see. And you even see in the messages, Brie, I don't want to see this. I do not want to do this anymore. Can we not do this? And then she would continue to do it. My last few messages with Brie was like, listen, girl, I can't. You've gone through my boundary 100 times. I've explained this to you. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I'm done. 2 days later, CPS showed up at my door, repeating the same things that Brie was repeating to a friend of mine in her inbox. Again, no one has ever said these things about me, other than Brie. And I knew then who it was. I've already filed the paperwork, and I will have that information soon. I'm not going to get the name, but I am going to get the state, and I'm pretty sure that state's going to be Oregon. And once that's the case, I mean, what are you going to say? What are you going to say then? Somebody else who I didn't know in Oregon called CPS on me? Like, come on now. It's insane to me. I knew she was going to do something like this, which is why I reached out to Colleen in the first place. And Colleen assured me that if she did do something like this, she would no longer have a seat at that table. That's the truth. And I have no issue with Colleen. I wish you and your organization the best. I wish every woman on that panel the best, even Brie. But I think in order for Brie to be her best, she needs to get some help. She needs to stop obsessing over parasocial relationships, because the bitch is obsessed. You cannot not talk about this stuff. She is on every panel now that is that they have now. Just like she was on every live. Oop, y'all can see my feet. Every live that Kristen had. She recorded every single video of any live ever. She literally has thousands and thousands of videos and screenshots and documents, because she wants to be able to stitch them together and make them think, make it appear like she's being harassed. She also thinks that KP is on here on another account and is somehow friends with her. I messaged that account and let them know that, hey, she's a little cuckoo and you should watch out. But I don't think people realize over the last year, like, I've been stalked. My children have been attacked by not Brie, but somebody that we were all involved with. My church has been threatened to be burned down. My children have had their schools. Like, I've been through a lot this last year. So when I was asking Brie as my friend to please stop sending me these things, to please stop sending me message after message, having a freak out because you can't. Yes, she said she was going to burn my church down. She actually contacted my pastor. I have a statement from him. I'll actually remind me to pull it up later and send it to you. Because she did. She telephoned my pastor and tried telling him, not Bree. It wasn't Bree. She tried telling him that I was a devil worshiper and I abused children. And yeah, it was demon, not Bree. But Bree knew I'd been going through that. And, you know, I honestly suspect a lot of the things that she said happened to her. Like, she said people were sending her packages to her house of, like, diapers and things like that. I never saw any proof of that. I think she was just really trying to, again, jump on the whole victim train. I did see that somebody sent her a Big Mac to her house, which is terrible, right? Nobody should do things like that. Nobody should, attack people like that. But as my friend, she had known that I was going through this. She also knew that I was, being harassed by several people that were attached to this person. And instead of giving me my space and, loving me and being like, you know what, Jenna, you've been through a lot this year. I'm going to just not text you about this stuff. Let me text you about the weather or how my kids are doing or how work is going or like quite literally anything else. But she wouldn't. It would always be, in our last few messages, I messaged her. I'm like, hey, beautiful, how's your morning? I hope you're doing well. Like, I'm not okay. I'm not doing okay. Somebody made a post about me. The post was a week old. Nobody on that post was speaking on her at all in any way, shape, or form. It was a post of Violet's. Violet was not speaking on her at all, by the way. And she's like, she thinks this is my account and she's blaming me for it. And I said, where? Where is she blaming you for it? Well, it's in the comments. So I went and I looked and there was nothing there. And so my next message to her was, Bree, I am done. I'm done. I told you, I could not do this with you anymore. I meant that. I love you. I genuinely care for you. That care was never not real. But when the woman is telling me she has to take extra anxiety medication on a daily basis now, that she has to log into her children's accounts to be able to see what these women are saying about her. But the biggest lie was that people were messaging her these things. Yep, people are sending me these things. Ugh. Why the fuck is she here? Hold on, guys. Let me get off here. I'll be right back. I don't like this person that's over here. At all. And hold on, I gotta get off. Let me just block him. You can take, yeah, I know, right? No, it's not Nicole. It's the woman that loves to babble. It's not Nicole at all. The woman that claims that Violet is a racist because she said some woman had a bad weave. When she did, she had a bad weave. She also loves to call, women like me white trash and awful names. Valo's the racist sweetheart, and if you didn't get that memo, that's too bad. Yeah. I just, And then she went on Violet's hair. Like, listen, had Violet actually went out of her way to make fun of this woman's race, that would be something different, but that's just not what happened. She was bored. Brooke needed attention. That's it. I don't even know how she's on here because she's blocked. But anyways, I just wanted to get on and let everybody know I'm done being silent when it comes to this. I'm going to show what I can show. And honestly, when people see, I'm going to screen record it, I think. When people see the amount of messages I got versus the amount that I sent, I think they'll start to understand why it is that, I don't know, maybe I won't post it. I don't want this war with her. I genuinely want her to leave me the fuck alone. But unfortunately, she doesn't know how to. She stalks my page. She sees that she's watching this right now. She's clocked into work, but you know she's watching this. She's in the hallway, but she's here. And she's recording it all. And her blood is boiling because I'm speaking to her sister, and I happen to be speaking to Jillian, who I adore now more than like anything. And I just want to say publicly, Jillian, like, I am so sorry for everything that I have ever said about you publicly. I just want to say that right now. Because had I known that you were truly being harassed in the forms that you were harassed, had I known she was picking apart something about your body that you cannot control, especially when it comes to motherhood, I would have been the first to scream and, like, just bite her head off. I had no idea. She was literally pretending like, I don't even see her account, but then she would send me videos of your account, and that's when I would call her out and be like, how are you seeing this stuff if you have her blocked? Well, someone else is sending it to me. Okay, a random stranger is not sending you 10 to 15 screenshots and videos a day. You know, I appreciate that, but I still feel bad. I really loved Brie. I really, really did. I would have done anything for her, and I did. I had her back fully. How does the panel she sits on see the post that she makes about me, but doesn't see that as harassment? Thank you. Exactly. What's so funny, though, is you don't post about your sister. You don't respond to her. You're not posting about her. You might have a conversation with somebody that's been victimized by her and let them know, like, hey, I'm sorry that my sister's done this to you. We haven't spoken in a few years. This is why. She's a little bit cuckoo. But, like, you're not sitting there making posts attacking your sister. She, however, has attacked you, your mother, your motherhood, your marriage, and everything else about you. Because that is who she is on the inside. She is an insecure little girl. She has always struggled with her weight. I have weight issues, too. I really, really do. But, like, I'm not that big. And if I ever got that big, I would be doing just about anything I could to not be that size. Now, I've been uncomfortably big before. I was about a year ago. Through the stress and, like, I've changed my eating habits. I drink way more water now. Protein, veggies. Like, I've lost a lot of weight. But honestly, stress has been one of the biggest parts of that. Sorry, I wasn't trying to cuss. Just this woman that has called CPS on me and a bunch of other women that she's stalked on here. She's now on a panel for no bullying. She's now on a panel for non-harassment, but does the most bullying, harassment. Like, yeah. Her name's Breezy0684. Her sister is in on here right now. She has attacked her sister. She's also attacked another woman in here and made fun of her infertility. She's called CPS on people, women's jobs. She has looked up people's backgrounds, their addresses, their information, their siblings, all of that stuff. How I didn't see that she wasn't unwell till now, I will never understand, but that's my fault. That's my fault. Her name is Brianna Mack, and her account is Breezy0684. And if you go over there, she's got quite a bit of a following, but you will see that she makes herself out to be a victim in every sort of situation. In every situation. She will claim that people are messaging her daughter and attacking her, when in reality, what she's doing is she's logging into her daughter's account to search the people who she is claiming are harassing her, so she can screenshot and archive and see what it is that they're saying about her. And then she'll log out, and so her daughter will get onto her account, and she'll end up seeing all this stuff. She tried to ground her daughter and take the phone away because her daughter flipped out on her for calling her out. Like, Mom, why are you using my account to log in to look at these women? Why are there other 18 lurkers that you can... Hi, Maggie. Hi, sweetheart. I hope you're having a good day. But yeah, she got with Ready to Be Petty and called Cherie's job. It's just gotten to a point to where it's crazy. If I've ever called CPS on somebody, it has been out of genuine concern for their children. Not to try and ruin their life or hurt them or traumatize their children, but because I saw something that they were doing that is endangering their kids, and I genuinely feared for them. I have never called CPS to try and hurt somebody or attack them or just hurt them because they didn't want to be my friend anymore. 2 days after I held my boundary very firm with Bree, CPS showed up at my door saying the exact same thing that Bree was saying in other people's inboxes about me, talking about the medication I was on and stating that I was using more of it than I should. And when the CPS lady came to my house, that was exactly what she said to me. It was crazy. She even knew the dose that I was on, pronounced the medication I was on properly and everything. Nobody on this internet knew any of that information besides Bree. Yeah, she needs help. Sniffing online. Yeah, you see someone sniffing online a little, that's reason to call CPS. But Bree and this is her world, you guys. Her world revolves around these parasocial relationships. She really, really believes that this panel that she is sitting on, these women are her friends, that they will do anything for her. She loves them. She will do anything for them. These are her best friends. But if they act or do anything or call her out on her bullshit, even if they're see something that they don't like and they bring it up to her, best believe she will start in on them. Somebody on that panel has already had a fake account made of them. Shocker. Sound familiar? Sound familiar, guys? It's just, sorry. I'm just so sick of it. I'm so sick of her victim-ass attitude. Because she's not a victim. Nobody ever made her participate in this. Nobody made you log into your child's account and expose them to this. She has a 14-year-old daughter whose quite literally account she's using so that she can log in and see this stuff. She's always been like this. According to her sister, she used to lie about the craziest things, because you have to remember this is somebody that's insecure, right? They don't like who they are. They don't like the way they look. So she would always lie about the dumbest things, I guess, she would tell people at school she had a pool in her backyard when she never had a freaking pool in her backyard. She'd give them some story about her grandfather that and again, none of this stuff ever happened. She quite literally told me that her mother was in a cult, that her mother was an alcoholic and in a cult. Her mom was never an alcoholic. Her mom actually babysat her kids pretty much up until she got too sick and was not able to. And then once she couldn't babysit her children anymore, she wasn't any good to Bree. She didn't even help take care of her mom when she got sick. Yeah. And AMH, who's on here, who's beautiful, I adore her. And again, I'm so sorry that this is your family and that you even have to be a part of this. But that is Bree's sister. And I just want to, again, be very clear. When I reached out to her, it was never... She still talks about her mom. That's right, Jillian. And that's so... Why would you talk about somebody that's deceased? Somebody that loved you and loved your kids. That part just makes no sense to me. But the funniest thing about all the lies she told is, according to her, she used to go to elementary school with Drew Jenkins. Oh, but hold on. It gets even better. Her husband used to go to school with the advocate. The advocate, Miss Dulce. Yeah. All lies again. She also claimed to have run into Desiree at the grocery store about 2 weeks ago. But the funny thing about that is she lives in Eugene and Desiree lives in Portland. So that's quite a huge distance. I don't think Desiree is going to go grocery shopping in Eugene. This woman lies. She is a habitual liar. She lies so much that she literally starts to believe it. And it's just crazy because she says people are harassing her daughter and she has proof, but you never see any proof, do you? Yeah, it's so sad because Amber is so nice, and truthfully, she's done a lot for her sister. Yeah, it's sad. I think Bree's been mad from the jump. When we started talking to Kristen and I wanted peace. I genuinely did. And, Kristen made me believe that Desiree was somehow recovered. And, oh, really? Oh, I don't know, Violet. I do not know, but it wouldn't shock me. My guess is she was banned for 30 days, and the moment she could go on a live, she probably did. I was really hoping and praying that we'd never have to hear that disgusting, ratchy, smoking voice again, talking about her dog's pecker and her son's little, the Monty. The way Desiree was speaking about that young man's, that just was not okay. Yeah, she just needs to log off. We're good. Yeah, I'm glad the truth is coming out. Cursed Eye has done such an amazing job. And again, I just want to be clear. Me and Cursed Eye do not speak, like, at all. I didn't know I was going to be in that video. I'm not mad that I was. I think, have a good day, Violet, honey. I hope you have a wonderful day. I wonder how I could join. You can't. Nope. Because if you speak about the bullying that she's doing up, to us, then they aren't going to. Yeah, Brie wanted to be in that video. Absolutely. And I honestly didn't. I wouldn't have cared either way. I just am glad that the truth came out about what TMJ and Desiree is doing. You guys, do you honestly think that Desiree spent all that money on her son? Because let me tell you what, if my attorney only cost $9,800 out of the $23,000 that I raised, and I had all that extra money, my kid would be rocking new shoes, new clothes, a new haircut. He'd be going and doing anything he wanted. Nope, she did not. She spent that money. You guys remember a few months ago, there were pictures of her at the casino drinking. They were leaked on Reddit. She's been in people's inboxes begging for a little $100 for some drinky drink. Desiree Creer came on and scammed the internet. And Kristen and Arleta and all those women have been fucking radio silent because since the police report came out where Desiree tried to drive drunk with a 2-year-old Deshawn, beat the hell out of her mother for it, and then was arrested, they can't defend that. This little boy at 2 years old had to see his mother physically attack his grandma who walked with a cane. And she messed her mom up. She had a gash on her arm. Like, she really did mess her up. She drank that money away. Absolutely. Absolutely. So not only did he have to witness his grandma get beat up, he had to witness his mother get arrested at 2 years old. Stephanie, when I did talk to her, used to tell me things like Deshawn was scared of Desiree. And there's a part of me that actually believes that now after reading that police report. And I don't like Stephanie, dropped my phone, not standing up for her at all because I think she's a demon. But it makes you wonder, was Deshawn actually really, and Dee is still more than part-time at that shelter. If Desiree works 4 days a week for 12-hour shifts, that is how often she is leaving Deshawn at that motel. And I think her and Stephanie have a little deal. Don't talk about Deshawn. Don't say nothing, and I won't come at you. I really believe that they've kind of been friends this entire time. And honestly, it wouldn't shock me if Desiree even, paid them off to keep this going. Think about it. Like, this was such a viral story when Desiree came out as Deshawn's mom. Everybody on TikTok wanted to help this young man get out of that situation. And what I have to say is to all of us that helped, where's Deshawn? He's still in that motel, you guys. 4 days out of the week. That's the truth. Yeah, I see that actually, like, Drew's sleeping in the car now, and like, what? I feel like he's going to leave her. I really, really do. But I also feel like he's scared to leave her because then she's going to accuse him of, like, doing things like Jeremiah Thompson did. And that would be enough to scare anybody. But I absolutely believe that Desiree and Stephanie have an understanding. And I believe that they always have. Desiree knew exactly where Deshawn was. She never not knew. She used to live in the apartments with them. Like, before her and Drew broke up, she lived in that same apartment complex. So she was very aware of where he was. She's never brought up the abuse in court. She's never brought up the substance abuse in court. I'm sorry, if it were me and this were my child, I'm going to throw everything at the courts that I can to get custody of my baby. and I'm going to stand on it. And then I'm going to make my lawyer, who I'm paying a good amount of money, prove it. That's what I'm going to do. Fuck the let's be nice and cordial bullshit. My child is being abused. Okay, so first of all, let's just say that. But then she gets on and she's like, not even excited. She's like, yeah, guys, I got custody. I'm processing it right now. Deshaun's never going to be allowed to go over there and be alone with Stephanie. Drew has to be. But then she done dropped him off. I mean, seriously. So Stephanie, I believe, and Desiree have an understanding. I think that they always have. Think about it. This was a way for Stephanie to make money, and it was a way for her to make money too. And I think that people are starting to finally figure that out. Like, and I just want to speak again, like, on the Violet situation, because I know there's some people that are watching that follows, like, Babbling Brook. First of all, I have no issue with Babbling Brook, other than the fact that she puts her nose where it doesn't belong. I want to just say Violet started the first GoFundMe for Desiree. Woman doesn't have a racist bone in her body. And because she was calling out Valo, who is an actual bigot and an actual racist, the actual real problem here, she was, the Babbling Brook attacked her, and she made it her daily content to go at her. And I think that's just sad and honestly ridiculous. So I don't like Babbling Brook for that reason, because you're attempting to make a woman that has quite literally done more for people in the Black community than you ever have. You are quite literally trying to go out of your way to make her a racist because it might get you people to watch your content. I honestly think you just need to shut the fuck up, Brooke. But anyways, that's what I have to say about that. But I really, really do believe that this young boy is still subjected to the same abuse he was. If Desiree was unafraid to drive with him drunk when he was 2 years old, imagine how many children she's actually driven in the car with. We've heard her drunk on a live recently. So there's really no question at this point that everybody was scammed. I really hope that the people that have been victimized by Kristen and by Arlita and, even Desiree co-signing it, I pray to God that they are legally held responsible. I hope that these women hold them liable for their hate. But if Kristen was back online today, man, oof. Could you imagine how bad she's itching to go on a live? Like, man, it's like a crackhead itching to do some crack. I don't know. Like, that's how bad she's itching to do it. But I just wanted to come on here and speak my truth and say that, you can send me a C&D all you want. I've never once ever attacked your guys' organization, ever. I've never spoke ill on any of the women that are sitting up there. I have, however, spoken the truth about one of the people that has quite literally bullied so many women on this app, even her own family. She needs some help, and I really hope and pray she gets it. In Methanie's latest video posted on Reddit, the older girl is fed up. The daughter? That's crazy. I pray for those kids. I hope that those babies get taken. I really do. I'm so upset with CPS. Yeah, thank God. That is so sad. It's sad. That is so sad that these kids are quite literally screaming at their mom, like, we're sick of this. We have no space. This is what bothers me about, my heart hurts for these kids because I know that there's no out for them. There's no other parent that they can go to, right? Their dad's in jail. Both of the adults in the situation are POSs that don't care. But in Deshaun's case, he has another home he can go to. He has an out. Why is he still there? Why is his school not changed? Why is this young boy not in counseling? Why is this young boy not getting the help that he actually so desperately needs? We all joined this cause and donated because we believed in Deshaun having a better life. We want that for all of these kids. But these women up there, Timu Mama Tuna and, oh my God, Iron Jaw Lita, they gained from this. Arlita gained followers and she got, Amazon wish list gifts and everything else. Timu Mama June got to basically get her organization for her son off the ground by doing this. She got the notoriety from it. She talks about accolades. I raised 10 bands. Yeah, 10 bands that didn't even go to what it was supposed to go to. Like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Yeah, that's what bothers me. Those other babies have no out. Their dad's in prison, which, shouldn't be with them anyways. But why doesn't Stephanie think about giving those children to her mom? Or just actually finding somebody who's doing better than she is and saying, listen, until I get my stuff together, why don't you take my kids? Because I guarantee you so many people would open up their homes. Good people. People that aren't on rugs. People that aren't, doing those sorts of things. It bothers me. But no, I had no idea too. Baba Jude was back online. I heard her, I woke up and got a Starbucks coffee. I've seen her post and delete some things, and the girl can't make up her mind about what it is she's doing. Ready to be Petty has been stalking me down, and in other people's inboxes being like, I only watch her because the police told me to. No, the fuck they didn't. Ma'am, if this woman is harassing you and you're feeling threatened and intimidated by her, here's what you do, okay? You log out of your account, you make a lurker, and then you go stalk and surveil her from there. That's what you gotta do. No police officer said that ever. This woman stalks me down because she knows that I have her ass on video threatening to pew me, and then on another separate video threatening to send scary individuals to my home where my children sleep. Yeah. And not only that, dozen other videos of her calling me a child abuser and a liar. But then when it came time for me to have her charged, she had her little buddy Katerina reach out to me, beg me not to have her charged, and said, why don't you two talk? Me and Ready to be Petty talked. She apologized and apologized and apologized. And we were good up until I found out that Kristen was lying to me and wasn't being honest about Desiree and was trying to quite literally cause as much drama in my life as she could. People don't seem to understand I walked away from that situation happily. Me and Bree both did. We weren't removed from their table. We fucking booked it. We booked it. Bree still continued to watch and record their lives and look at every single thing that they did. I mean, she has every comment that anyone has ever made about her on social media. She has it archived. Quite literally, she probably has this already saved 30 different times in like 5 different files because it's insane. She's that crazy. Really. Like, but Ready to be Petty has been steady stalking me. She's been steady going in people's inboxes, trying to still defend Arlita and Desiree and Kristen. Which Kristen hated Ready to be Petty, by the way. Like, she hated her. When I would talk to her on the phone, she'd be like, oh my God, your girl's over there making videos talking about she's not okay. And she's holding her pills up, which is why I made that parody the other day with blue hair holding pill bottles up, because I just think it's fucking hilarious that somebody would come on this internet for attention. I am not okay. Yeah, we know, bitch. We've been new you weren't okay. Like, ugh, take your meds, ho. Seriously, like, ugh. Sorry, you guys. I'm just really frustrated with the amount of parasocial obsession on this app. I was victimized by Kristen and all of these people. I was lied on. Then I was used, basically, they wanted me to shut up about Desiree. So she came over and befriended me and got me to believe Desiree had changed and had moved on. And then the moment I publicly apologized to Desiree, she started calling me with that, well, that she didn't really spend all that money on her son. And, she does still drink and she does go party with Arlita and well, wait, what? So when those pieces of information started to fall on, that's when I started backing away from her. And when Bree decided to unload her phone and give it all to Kristen because, again, she wanted so badly to have a seat at that table. That's when it all went terrible. And then Bree was talking to Kristen while I was at work and then claiming that Kristen was trying to get information out of her. And really, they were in cahoots together. And I guarantee you Bree is still talking to Ready to Be Petty. I guarantee you, yeah. Anyways, I've probably spent enough time talking about these lame-ass bitches, but I just needed to get on here and say the truth is I have never spoken out about this organization in a negative way or any of the members that have actually had anything to do with creating it. But just because you allow a woman with a banner of your guys' organization to sit up there doesn't make it okay. It is going to tarnish this organization. It's not going to be me that does it. It's going to be her. Just like she does in everything else in her life. This woman has been kicked out of every community she's ever been in because she just can't help it. She can't help but being part of the mess. Basically, I'm sick of it, and your cease and desist means shit, so go shove it, honestly. I'm going to talk about what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to continue to call out the bullying of Brianna Mack and the obsession that she has had with quite literally stalking and watching people for months and months and months. She knows I have the voice clips and the text messages and the recordings, and she does too. And she can sit there and use ChatGPT and try and sit there and, splice them and mix them up and make them look some way because she knows how to do that. But I won't ever lie. And that's just the truth. Honestly, I don't think anybody's really caught me in a lie other than me apologizing to Desiree and, me being under the assumption that she was actually clean and sober. I tell it how it is. I speak my feelings. I'm honest. I say how I feel regardless of how that makes anybody else feel. And I'm never trying to hurt anybody or, I'm just being me. So anyways, thank you guys for joining. I know how to write cease and desist letters too, guys. That doesn't make them legal. And the fact that she quite literally sent Jillian one for just saying, why is she allowed to be on this panel and why is it that none of the women care about it? I mean, it's an honest to God great question, and I think it's one that deserves an answer. But instead, we got to cease and desist. So we're not talking about your organization, sweetie. We're talking about Brianna Mack, the woman that has called CPS on me, women's jobs, DSHS, attempted to get kids' benefits removed from them. She wanted this little girl's health insurance. She didn't want Cherie's daughter to have health insurance. Nope, she wanted to convince DSHS that Cherie was committing welfare fraud. But she wasn't even sure if Cherie had welfare. So good luck with that Looney Tunes psychopath, okay? Because honestly, she looks like she's about to burst at any point in time. Like she's just fed up with people not believing her lies, damn it. And she's going to do something about it. Anyways, I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing day. Bree, stop watching my page. If you don't want to, if you're so sick of this bullshit, log the fuck off. Ready to Be Petty. Let me just say this to you, sweetheart. I am going to have you charged. I am currently dealing with another legal battle that I will have over very, very soon. I'm so excited to have this over with. But then what I will be doing is I will be asking my state to officially charge you. You can believe it or don't believe it, honey. I don't care. You clearly were concerned before, which is why you had your little friend reaching out to me. Oh, hey, limited edition. Hi, beautiful. Oh, don't be sorry, sweetheart. I was sent a cease and desist yesterday by one of Breezy's little friends, and which was crazy because I wasn't even talking about their organization. And I just thought it was funny because their organization is based off of no bullying and non-harassment, but they quite literally have a member up there that won't stop doing it. But I love you guys, and I'm just so grateful that there are people out there that see this for what it is. To Amber, to Jillian, to Cherie, to all the women that have had to endure this type of bullying and harassment, I'm so sorry. Like, I genuinely am sorry. Amber, I'm so happy that we've spoken and I'm getting to know who you are. I think you're an amazing person. I think that you are so incredibly awesome. Same with you, Jillian. I love you, ladies. And I'm just grateful to have you guys. So I love y'all. And I truly, really, really hope that you guys all have an amazing day. Yes. Oh, you followed her. Limited edition is amazing. You guys are going to love each other. That makes me so happy. See, I really, really am about, I'm a person that is very much to myself, but I will always like speak my opinion and say what's on my mind. And I guess a lot of people can't help that. So, or they don't like that. I don't know, but I don't really give a shit. I love you guys. Have an amazing day. And I will see all your beautiful faces soon. Bless y'all.